Good evening, ladies. Good evening. Thank you so much for watching. I am Ruth, and I'm your peace coach, and welcome to 15 to Life, where we learn, grow, and serve for a peaceful life. Thank you for being here on tonight for these 15 minutes of power. I'm not only setting you up for the week, but for your life. I am so excited. I see some of you ladies on here. You've been greeting each other. It is wonderful. If you have not already, make sure that you like the page, follow the page, and share the stream. Make sure you do that. Go in there and do that for me real quick. Share the stream. I would really appreciate it, because we want as many people as we can to take part in our 15 minutes for a peaceful life. All right. Thank you again so much for watching. Now, remember, I'm laying the foundation for what 15 to Life is. And if you remember, if you were here last week, we talked about why learn. If this is your first time and you did not watch last week, I would suggest that you, after this one, go out and watch last week's, where I talked about why learn, because our 3 points is where we learn, grow, and serve. So when we talked about why learn last week, our points were: it prepares you for the next level, it pushes you past your critics, it changes your perspective. I encourage you to learn something that is not in your niche. And I also encourage you to get this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I'm not sure if you can see that. But get this book. I'm telling you, it will help you. It's got a lot of great information. This is sold like millions and millions of copies. And so get this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. So tonight, what I was going to talk about was why grow. It's an extension of why learn, why grow. However, last week when I was preparing, and let me say this, remember when I suggested to you guys that if you have any questions, to reach out to me and ask me, because I will try to answer those questions, because I will try to help you as much as I can. Now, my email is myperfectpeacecommunity@gmail.com. myperfectpeacecommunity@gmail.com. Why am I saying that? Because I received a call last week from my cousin Phyllis. And so she didn't know what I was going to be talking about tonight. And so she had the question. She was like, she said, when we're talking about growing, she says that I always question with how to grow. She said, I don't know how to grow. And so I told her, I said, you know what? I was going to talk about why grow, but since you asked that question, okay, I'm going to change what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to give you some pointers on how to grow, because we hear so much because hopefully we all know that we should grow, right? So then the next question is how to grow. How should we grow? So that is what I am going to talk about tonight. So just hold for a moment while I switch my screens here and get to my PowerPoint. So when we talk about how to grow, here's a quote by John Maxwell. You cannot have growth without change. You cannot have growth without change. So if you do not get anything tonight, you need to hashtag that. Hashtag growth =change. Hashtag growth =change, because growth equals change. You cannot grow without changing. Everybody, we might say, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. Well, you're not going to lose 20 pounds if you don't change some things that you are doing. You might say, oh, I want to run a marathon, such as I said to myself. Well, I was not just going to get out there and run a marathon. I had to change some things. I had to get out there and train. I had to run. I had to walk. You can't say, I want to be a better employee without changing some things. I want to be a better mother without changing some things. Growth equals change. So you got to put that in. Hashtag growth equals change. You want to grow, you got to change. No way around it, ladies. Love you so much, but you got to change. So I'm going to give you some quick pointers in our remainder of our, let me see, we got about 10 minutes. And so I'm going to give you these pointers on how to grow. How to grow. The first point is you have to be honest with where you are, body, mind, and soul. You have to be honest with where you are, body, mind, and soul. You gotta be honest with yourself where you are, body, mind, and soul. This is just for you. This is not for somebody else. You're not gonna post this on the wall for everybody to see. Where are you physically? Are you treating your temple well? Are you eating right? Are you exercising? Are you going to the doctor? What are you doing with your body? We only get one. What are you doing with your body? Okay, be honest. Be honest and just start with where you are. Where are you in your mind? You have good mental health. Are you stressed out? Are you, make these movies in your mind about things you think people are talking about you and all those kinds of things? Where are you in your mind? Where are you? Be honest. Okay, write those things down. And y'all know I encourage you to, when you come to these, bring a pencil and a piece of paper with you, because I want you to write these things down, because I promise you, when you get off of this, your kids are going to be crying. You're going to have to get ready for school tomorrow. You're thinking about work. You're thinking about what you got to cook the rest of the week. Your mind is not going to be on this. So you got to write this down so you can reflect on it. Reflection, I told you about that. During the week, you got to reflect. So what are you doing with your body? What are you doing with your mind? Where are you spiritually? Are you praying like you should? Are you reading your Bible as you should? Okay? Is your spiritual man so weak? Where are you? Write those things down and you have to be honest, because you won't know what you need to change and where you need to grow unless you're honest and say, this is where I am. Okay? So that's the first thing. Be honest with where you are, body, mind, and soul. Got to be honest. The second one is, let me go back. The next one is, you have to develop friendships with people who are doing what you want to do. Develop friendships with people who are doing what you want to do. Develop friendships with people who are doing what you want to do. What am I talking about? Is there somebody that you can model, and that's okay, model yourself after, who's doing some things that you want to do, and say, you know what, I need to join that group. And I always say that you almost need to be in two different kinds of groups. One group you need to be in where you're sort of the top dog in that group and you're helping other people, and somebody's following you and you're teaching them. Then there's another group that you need to be in where you are the low man on the totem pole and you're learning from other people in that group. If every group that you're in, you're the top dog, you're in some wrong groups. You need to be in a group of people where you are the low man on the totem pole and somebody is pouring into you and you're learning from them. So if somebody is running a type of business that you want to do, then join that group and whatever that they're doing. Okay. If someone, maybe you're wanting to learn how to, when I was wanting to learn how to run, okay, I had to join a group of people who were running. Simple as that. Okay. And yes, most of them were running much faster and running further than I was able to go. But you know what? It gave me a model of something to attain to because I watched what they were doing because I was in the group with them. Okay. So develop friendships with people who are doing what you want to do. And here's our next one is Get a mentor. You need to have a mentor. And why is that important? You need to have a mentor because, again, that is a person who has had, some success in a particular area, and they will pour in their knowledge to you. So you will meet with them. They will ask you, what are you doing? Where are you trying to go? Those types of things. And then they will give you advice on what to do, what not to do. And sometimes they'll say, okay, based on what you want to do, make these 5 phone calls. And then the next time you meet with them, they will ask you, did you do what I asked you to do? Now, when you get a mentor, whether or not you pay that person, that's up to you guys. But I think at the very least, if you are meeting with someone on a regular basis, whether that's once a month, something like that, and they're pouring into you, especially if you meet at a restaurant, the very least you could do is pay for their meal. I would suggest you at least do that. Okay. But find a mentor, someone that you can meet with, someone that you can talk to, someone who can say, okay, I've been where you are. These are some things that you need to do. Okay. So get a mentor. This is all in how you grow. And a mentor, here's the other thing. The mentor will hold you accountable for what you're saying that you want to do, because you can write goals and stuff down all day long. But until you have somebody that holds your feet to the fire per se, you may or may not do those things. So a mentor will help keep you accountable. All right. So then our next one, we say get a mentor. The next one, read books, listen to podcasts, watch vlogs. It's what you're doing right now, participating in 15 to Life, where we learn, grow, and serve for a peaceful life. All right, because I'm your peace coach, right? Yes. So read books, listen to podcasts, watch vlogs. All of those things are going to increase your knowledge and help you to grow. You can't say, I want to be better, and you don't even read a book. I read somewhere where they said, I forgot how many books it is, but if you read so many books in 5 years, just by reading books on a one particular subject, at the end of that 5 years, you will be considered an expert on that subject from just reading books. So get out the book. Here's your book right here. I told you to start with 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There you go. There's something that you can start with. Read a book. Read a book. Listen to podcasts. Go on my website. I've got some vlogs on there. Go on my YouTube channel, My Perfect Peace. Yes, go on YouTube and watch some of I got the stuff out there for you, okay? Oh, I got like 3 minutes left. Here's the next one. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch vlogs, and last one is be consistent. Consistency is the key. You gotta be consistent with whatever it is that you are wanting to do. You can't say, I want to lose weight, and then you don't eat, you eat healthy for 2 days or a week, and you say, I didn't lose any weight or I only lost half a pound, so I'm not going to do it. Doesn't work that way. What did I say? Growth equals change. Also, but you gotta be consistent in that change. Can't do it just a week or one time. You can't just read one chapter in a book and think you're going to get all that knowledge by osmosis. Doesn't work that way. When I was training for my marathons, I couldn't go out just, one time and say, oh, okay, I went out one time and now I'm going to run this marathon. I had to go out consistently, and I still do that. We trained on Saturdays. We trained on Tuesdays. Those were the accountable things because we were with other people. But on my own, I had to go out Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. Held me accountable. Okay. I had to be consistent. Anything that you want to do, ladies, you have to be consistent in it. So whatever it is that you are wanting to do, what area in your life that you're trying to grow in, you have to be consistent in that thing. All right. I hope tonight has blessed you. And I'm thinking to next week, I may not be where I am. I may be outside doing some stuff. So I hope you are able to join me next week for 15 to Life, where we learn, grow, and serve for our peaceful life. I am Ruth, your peace coach. And let me just see some of the ones who are on here real quick. I got about 10 seconds. Yes, Audrey Jackson. Yes, love you guys. Sherry Churchill. My time is up. Love you, ladies. I am going to get out of here. Be consistent. Write these things down. Write them down. Go over them. Be blessed. Love you to life. All right.